Hi Stampers! Today I'm going to give you the 411 on our Stampin Scrub pad. Fabulous! If you're a stamper, you need this Stampin Scrub pad because it makes cleaning your stamps really easy. When I first started stamping, I used to clean my stamps. I know this is going to be hard to believe, but I used to clean them at my sink. And I used to take the stamp and run it under water, and then the ink would get all over the wood block and all over my hands, and it just makes a big mess. But the Stampin Scrub pad takes care of that. So when you get your Stampin Scrub pad, now this is an older version, and I went ahead and wrote on the inside of my Stampin Scrub pad the wet side and the dry side. But now the new Stampin Scrub pads, if you look on your scrub pad, you're going to see little tiny raindrops on this side, means the wet side, and then you'll see a little umbrella, which is the dry side, so that you don't have to write it. But if you have the older version, I highly recommend that you write wet and dry so you'll know which side is which, so when you reuse your Stampin' Scrub pad, you can use the same side. Now, when you're cleaning your Stampin' Scrub pad, you can remove these pads just by popping them out. And Stampin' Up! Recommends that you run them under water. Now I have found that when I use the Simple Green, it's a cleaner, I just give it a couple squirts and then I take my scrub or my fingers and I just kind of scrub down inside there. And then you just slide it back in. Stampin' Up! Recommends that you do not put your pads in the dishwasher because it will warp, because on the back side it's just plastic. So when you put these in the dishwasher, they will get warped and bent and, kind of deform your pad, and then they won't slide into your scrub pad anymore. So let me show you how this works. You're going to take your stamp and your ink, and you're just going to stamp like you normally would. I'm using Ballet Blue. Okay, so then after you're done stamping, what you're going to do is you're going to take your scrub pad. I didn't slide that in, but let's just say for the sake of the video, I slid that mat back in there. So I have both dry sides. You're going to take the Stampin Mist. Now this cleaning solution inside here, it conditions your rubber stamp so it doesn't dry out, unlike if you use just water or something. Oh my goodness, I got blue on my fingers. But anyway, so the Stampin' Mist conditions your rubber stamp. So if you use water, I highly recommend that you start using the Stampin' Mist, because the water has chemicals and chlorine and stuff in it, and it will dry out your stamp and it won't last as long, over time. So Spray and Mist and the Stampin' Scrub are a must. So what you're going to do now, I'm using this side as the wet, so you're just going to spray this side, and then you're going to take your stamp and you're just going to rub it across that pad to clean it, and then over here you're going to dry it, and then you just put it away, and then that cleans your stamp. Really easy. Don't you love it? Shit. And then they also recommend that you either let your stamp pad dry when it's open, because when you close it and it's wet, if it's like really, really wet, it's not leak proof. So it will leak if it's really, really wet, though. I mean, you'd have to pretty much dump this whole thing on there. But in my stamp room, I just have it constantly open, so it's there ready for me to use, and it dries. And so, but that's it. I hope that helped you. Thanks. Bye.